Are you wondering what breaks a fast? Well, I'm going to share with you today what breaks a fast and how to make sure that you are fasting absolutely clean to get the benefits that you want so much during your fasting hours. I'm also going to share with you a story of what I did that helped me learn this in a hard way. So if you're new here, my name is Joy. I'm a fasting lifestyle coach, and I help women in midlife to reclaim their health, lose some fat, heal their bodies, and just enjoy the life that they have. And today I want to talk about the clean fast because it's so important. When you're building a fasting lifestyle and you decide you want to fast, those hours you want to count. You don't want to be messing up those hours that you are not eating. You want them to be a true fast. Not that you're avoiding food, just avoiding food, but you're actually putting yourself into that healing state of fasting. So one of the things that you have to do is you have to make sure you're fasting clean, and you have to figure out what it is that you can or cannot have during your fasting hours to make sure that it is indeed staying clean. So there are three things that you want to do when you're fasting. We want to keep our insulin as low as possible. We also want to make sure we are not adding any other outside fuel, fat, or some kind of supplement into our fasting hours that will cause our body to use that instead of using our own fat stores. We want our body dipping into our own fat stores for sure. And then the third thing is to make sure that you're not taking in any proteins in any way, because you want your body, through the process of autophagy, where we get at it about 17 hours fasted, we want that process uninterrupted. We want our body to go into the damaged old proteins that we have on our body and recycle those and make new cells and new proteins. That's what we want to happen. And there's different ways where you can stop that. So I'm going to explain that right here. Okay, the first thing is keeping our insulin low. And the reason we want to do that is we want our hormones to balance out. And especially in midlife, when our estrogen might be going down, insulin can go out of whack. And so we want to bring that down, keep it down, to keep it so it'll start healing, start leveling off our other hormones, our hunger hormones, and that we're put into that healing state. So you want to make sure that you're not putting anything in your mouth, because even just the taste, even putting something on your tongue, even if you're not swallowing it, can cause you to have a cephalic response where your body thinks you're going to eat something and starts the whole digestive process, start to release insulin, and so you're messing up what you're trying to do in the fasted state. Studies have shown that even just the taste of sweetness on your tongue can release insulin. Your body starts to respond, knows it's going into digestion, it's getting ready for food, so it starts that process. There's been studies showing that this actually happens, that just the taste, the sweet taste. So you want to avoid putting anything in your coffee like stevia or having flavored electrolyte. Anything with a flavor, a food flavor or sweetness, is going to cause your body to release insulin. And that is something that I've learned, and it's something that I've experienced, but making sure that there is no taste. Now, coffee has a bitter palate. That doesn't cause your body to release insulin or go into that state. So you can have like black coffee, which is bitter, a black tea, which is sort of bitter, or even salt. Those don't cause your blood sugar to go up, and they do not cause an insulin response. So they're safe to have when you're fasting. And the second thing is dipping into your fat stores. When there's nothing coming in and when you're keeping your insulin low, then your body will decide, okay, there's no food coming in. We have got to start dipping into the fat stores. And that's what it does. Now, in this process of fasting, the other thing you don't want to add in is any fats. MCT oil to your coffee, butter to your coffee. There was a big thing going around of bulletproof coffee, and it was all the rage when intermittent fasting first came on this recent scene. But when you put that butter in your coffee or that MCT in your coffee, yes, it can be a crutch to help you because it does bring down hunger. It can help you get through those fasting hours with less of a struggle if you are struggling. But remember that when you put that fat into your body, whether it's in your coffee or whatever, your body will stop using your own fat, which is one of the reasons why we fast, and it will have to burn off that fat that's in your coffee cup. So instead of burning the fat off your body, it's burning what you just consumed, and it stops that process. So we want to burn the fat on our body. We want that. That's one of the main reasons to fast, is because we want our body to be able to, we want to be able to eat, enjoy food, and then we want our body to be able to burn those calories and then burn the excess, the old storage that we have put on our bodies through years of not eating as healthy as we should. But we don't want to mess it up. We don't want to slow it down. So if you need a crutch in the beginning, that's what I think of it, as a tool or a crutch to get you used to fasting, know what it feels like, help you build that fasting muscle, but don't use it long term, because that will absolutely hinder your fat burning ability with fasting. And for me, I just cut cold turkey. I just stopped it. Because when I first started fasting, I did use the MCT oil in my coffee. I thought it was a magic pill, a magic thing that would help me. All it did was slow down my fat loss. Yeah, it kept me from being hungry, but my body was already doing that before I even added that in. I was fasting fine before that, and I thought this was going to be the magic pill, and it was not. It slowed down my fat loss because my body had to stop burning my own fat, burn the MCT oil up, and then go back to burning my fat. So making sure that you keep it clean, you can use it for a crutch for a while, but then take it out. And if you can go cold turkey, all the better. Take it out and let your body do what it was created to do. Go in and burn your own fat for fuel, so it can make those ketones that we love, that keep us energized and focused and feeling so good. A little story about my own experience that I had with using supplements during my fasting window. I would stop eating at night. I would start my fast, and in the morning, every morning, about the time I was 12, 13 hours fasted, I would take this supplement. And it was exogenous ketones, and I was taking it because they claimed that they do not break a fast, and technically they probably don't. You can check your blood sugar, and my blood sugar never changed. I checked it. When I first started fasting years ago, I started with the clean fast, and I was losing weight quite quickly. And then I added in the MCT oil, and it slowed down. I had to take it out. And with this, once again, I added in these ketones thinking that I was going to have a magic pill, something to speed up what I was doing. But for me, it didn't help. It was breaking my fast because of the sweet taste, and I wasn't able to drop the weight that I needed to drop. I wasn't feeling the way I used to feel. You might have got a feeling at the beginning, but I just wasn't my best. I'm my best when I fast clean and my body is using its own fat to create ketones, to heal my body, to help keep me fueled. I don't need an outside source. And I'm not saying you can't use them. I'm saying if you're going to use them in your eating window. Open your eating window with them, close your eating window, whatever. Use them in your eating window, not in your fasting hours. And why I suggest that, this is my opinion, and this is why I suggest it, because the clean fast is just so powerful. And if you're gonna do it anyway, why would you risk some maybe cream in your coffee, some fat in your coffee, or some kind of sweet tasting supplement that will mess up the process that your body knows exactly what to do, how to do it, and does the best job? There's no magic pill. There's you and your body that God gave you and created to heal itself, and you don't need anything extra. You just need to have your mindset why you're doing this, to make sure you tell yourself, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm fasting for this long, and I am going to keep it absolutely clean. Black coffee, water, and if you don't like coffee, you can just have water. That's water fasting. That's as clean as you can get. So I just want to share that with you, that don't think that there's something magic or that having FOMO about the next thing out there, that you need that to do this lifestyle. There's nothing that you absolutely need. This is you learning how to build your lifestyle that's good for you. And you have a body that has the ability to heal itself if you give it the right tools and the right environment. And that's what I'm trying to teach here today, to give you that power back into your hands. We don't want to be controlled by medication or from outside sources. We want our body to heal so that we're healing those things, that we're not just being controlled by medication, we're healing them because our own body is able and capable to do that when we give it the tools it needs. So I wanted to share that. And this comes to the third point, not to add protein into your fasting hours. When we're in fasting, one of our goals, besides fat loss, is to get into that state of autophagy. At about 17 hours is where it really picks up. And autophagy is where your body goes in, looks for damaged proteins, damaged cells, things that aren't working the right way. This is where your body starts to tighten up your skin because it's getting rid of the damaged, dead proteins and stuff in your skin. This is where your body really digs into that healing process. And if it's doing that by eating dead, damaged protein, we don't want to add protein into our bodies. You will hear advice that go ahead and have bone broth during your fasting hours. It'll help you go longer. Well, you may go longer without chewing food, but it is breaking your fast. When you're adding in protein into your stomach, that protein causes your body to stop the autophagy process and starts to go to get to that protein that you just ate and starts to break down that protein or just drank, from your bone broth. Any protein is going to stop that healing process of autophagy or slow it down for a while until it gets cleaned out and go back. Why would you want to interrupt your hard, dedicated, focused fasting for something like bone broth? If you need it in the beginning to help you extend, to try to build up that fasting muscle, because it's like a muscle, you have to build it up, fine. But when you get in and you really want the results of fasting, don't have it in your fasting window. You do not want it. The only thing you want in your fasting window is black coffee or water. Water can be ice, it can be fizzy, it can be like sparkling water, it can be warm. That's the kind of water. You don't want to be chewing, you just want to be drinking water. Black coffee you can have, it's a bitter taste, it will not break your fast for most people. If you find that you're drinking black coffee and you just don't feel well, there's something not right, then take it out. Take it out for you. This is your own, building your own fasting lifestyle. And maybe coffee does bother some people. Thankfully, I ain't one of them. But drink coffee, black, no flavors. Black tea, you can have that. That's just no flavors. It's a bitter flavor and it does not break a fast. Unflavored electrolytes. Make sure you check the ingredients. But that's all that you can have in your fasting window. Can you brush your teeth? You can try that and see that. Brushing your teeth, maybe just water in the morning. If you brush it after you eat at night, in the morning, maybe just brush it with water because you don't want a chance to break that fast. Some experts will say just brush and forget it. And you don't, as long as you're not swallowing it, you're all set. You do you. You find out. You figure it out by trial and error. We're smarter than what we give ourselves credit for. And we want to do this process. We want to learn a fasting lifestyle so we can heal ourselves, put our bodies into that amazing state where they're capable of healing themselves. So make sure you're not messing up the process. You want to stay there as long as possible. And I, for one, don't want anything going in my mouth that could mess up this whole process, healing process, fat loss process, this energy building, hormone balancing process that my body goes into. I don't want anything messing that up. If I'm gonna do something, I wanna do it right. So if you have any questions, let me know. And that's what I have for you today. I'll see you in the next video.